Hello everyone, Ron here from RJJ's Reactions and one more video for today. It's been a great day. This one is Radiohead, another track from their OK Computer album called Subterranean Homesick Alien. Interesting name. Uh, uh, I'm expecting the music might be very interesting. It has been so far from this album, and I look forward to the lyrics as well, which I will look at the end. Of course, as always, I will put a link to Radiohead's channel in the pinned comment below. So check that out and click on their videos there as well. In the meantime, let's find out about this homesick alien and what's going on. Okay, Subterranean Homesick Alien, here we go.
The breath of the morning, I keep forgetting the smell of the warm summer air. I live in a town where you can't smell a thing. You watch your feet for cracks in the pavement. Up above, aliens hover, making home movies for the folks back home. Of all these weird creatures who lock up their spirits, drill holes in themselves, and live for their secrets.
I'm going to stop there for a second. I almost forgot to stop, and I might have a little trouble with Radiohead if I don't. I don't really know what I'm hearing in terms of the music. It's almost like bells or something going from left to right, and lots of synthesizers, I think, going on. Interesting music, sort of a soothing complexity, and yet there could be a certain amount of sadness there. I like Tom York's voice. The problem with the tracks on this album so far, apart from maybe exit music, um, I can't hear his voice very well, so that doesn't work too well for me. But the music is very interesting, I'll give it that. And the lyrics, the ones I'm catching, sound interesting as well. So we'll have a look at the lyrics after. I'm going to back this up a little bit and continue on.
I wish that they swooped down in a country lane late at night when I'm driving. Take me on board their beautiful ship. Show me the world as I love to see it. All my friends, but they never believe me. They think that I finally lost it completely. I show them the stars and the meaning of life. Shut me away, but I'd be all.
All right, very interesting. Um, yeah, I like the music. I like it. There's a lot going on. It's very, in a sense, complicated in that there's a lot going on, and again, moving from left to right, and sort of these flows. And something sounded very familiar there, but I'm not quite sure. I can't place it. I don't really like comparing musicians and bands anyway, but there's a certain sequence of sounds there that sound very familiar to me. I'm not sure why. I've never heard this song before. So it's not that. It's from somewhere else, but I don't know. Yes, very interesting. I think it'll be interesting to look at the lyrics. As I say, I would prefer to hear the voice more, but nevertheless, very, very interesting. Okay, let's have a look at the lyrics for Subterranean Homesick Alien, a very interesting song. I loved the music and the complexity of the music, very, very good. I think you have to wear headphones for sure to get the full impact of the songs on this album so far that I've been listening to. I don't think you would get it without that. As I say, if there was one thing I would criticize, it's I can't hear Tom's voice very well. But that could just be me. I'm not 20 anymore, so my hearing's fairly good, but maybe I'm not able to pick it out as well as a younger person. Although I remember when I was younger, I didn't like when the music or the production overtook the person's voice. If I like the person's voice, there are some singers where it's just as well because they can't sing worth beans. But Tom can sing, and I like his voice, whether it's the stereotypical singer voice, I don't know, but I like it, so I like to hear it. Other than that, yeah, I did enjoy the music. Let's look at the lyrics. The breath of the morning, I keep forgetting the smell of the warm summer air. I live in a town where you can't smell a thing. You watch your feet for cracks in the pavement. So, all right, forgetting the smell of the warm summer air because you're living in a town where you can't smell a thing. I'm picturing a city, not a town, actually. And you would smell things, but you might not smell nature. You might not smell the natural, you know, countryside, let's say, which, to be honest, is not always beautiful, but often it is, and we enjoy the smell of trees and grass and things like that. The warm summer air. Watch your feet for cracks in the pavement. Yeah, a lot of people walking around looking down rather than enjoying around because there's nothing to enjoy around. I don't really agree with that. I love cities actually, but but I can see that feeling, and I know people who would much prefer and love the country and can't stand the city at all. And I'm saying this partly because I did hear some of the lyrics throughout the song, and I got the feeling from some of the lyrics that are coming up as well. Um, you watch your feet for cracks in the pavement. Up above, aliens hover, making home movies for the folks back home. Again, is this aliens in a spaceship, or are these aliens, are the people around him aliens to him? It could go either way. Looking back at the title, Subterranean Homesick Alien. So is he the alien living on Earth? Or is he talking about aliens above, or is he just talking about other people who he feels alienated from? Many ways you could look at that. Of all these weird creatures who lock up their spirits, drill holes in themselves, and live for their secrets. Yeah, again, I'm picturing uh, cities, people don't look at one another, don't speak to one another. There's good reason for that. There's just too many people, but but you know what I mean. It's different than if you're in a small town or in the countryside. And they lock up their spirits. They're living their lives internally for the most part. At least for those out on the street, you can't see that, and they're keeping their secrets inside. They're all uptight, 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 and I wish they'd swoop down in a country lane late at night while I'm driving. Take me on board of their beautiful ship. So that sounds like literal aliens in the sky. Show me the world as I'd love to see it. I'd tell all my friends. But they'd never believe me. They'd think that I'd finally lost it completely. I'd show them the stars and the meaning of life. They'd shut me away, but I'd be all right. All right. I'm just uptight, 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 uptight. So all right. So this person is also admitting that he's uptight, um, wishing for something different, wishing for actual aliens to pull him up into a ship, or wishing for the people around him to open up and to help him to feel less alienated himself? I'm not sure. Maybe both. Um, there's certainly a literal type meaning here: late at night while I'm driving, take me on board of their beautiful ship. But I still think you can read that in more than one way. Show me the world as I'd love to see it. So if other people could help him to see the world as he'd like to see it, um, that would also work. And his friends wouldn't believe him either way. So pretty fairly certain that if you tell people that you were abducted by aliens and you saw the world very differently or saw another world that could be very different, they would not believe you. And unless they're having the same psychosis. But but I think also if you told them that you found some other city or some people who could create this world, they wouldn't believe that either. Probably, at least not at first. So yeah, they might lock you up. They might shut you away. And yeah, the lyrics are pretty interesting. They're different and they're interesting, and I like playing around with the idea of other worlds or aliens or ghosts or even gods and demons and things. Although I don't believe in them, I find it interesting and fun, and the human mind likes to play with these mythologies and these ideas. And we can also sometimes discover answers or at least other pathways by entering into these stories and playing with these stories. So um, it's kind of fun, but there's maybe a little bit of a serious message here as well, and the idea of feeling alone. I said, I think throughout the song that there was a little bit of a sense of, I can't remember whether it said despair or something there, but the music was very soothing in a sense. I could see sitting back, closing my eyes, and just letting the music flow over me because it had that quality to it. A couple of the other songs did as well. So I think listening to the entire album. Um, might make more sense in a way rather than one song at a time, but it's a little difficult to do the whole album in one short reaction. So I liked the song. It's not my favorite Radiohead song, but I did like it. I did enjoy it. I kind of like the lyrics as well. I think they're great. Weird creatures. That's us. That's humans, but we're also aliens to one another sometimes. Okay, I want to thank everybody for their suggestions and recommendations so far, and the nice comments that I've received. If you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. It's growing a little bit. Like the video if you do, give it a thumbs up, click on the notification bell, all those fun things. And if you have suggestions for other bands or musicians or songs you would like to hear, let me know, and I'll add them to the list, and we're working through them fairly well. In the meantime, keep listening and keep having fun. It's Ron from RJJ's Reactions. Bye bye for now.